Hello, it's Loop Darksnout here, and in this episode of BackBit Impawsible, I'm doing the optimizing routine. Finally, this is the code that needs to succeed because at the moment I have so much relying on it. Everything depends on the success of the optimizer. Without it, I don't think two character sets at 256 characters each is even possible. A higher bitrate audio is certainly out of the question. I am really looking forward to, having this work out. Looking back, it's like, how did I even do this? Once you write a routine and time passes, you forget what you've done. But going back, there was a time that this was fresh in my brain, and I was putting it to paper and then later onto the computer. How did I come up with this? What an effort. I'm proud of myself. Good for me. Past me. Yes. Let's see what a good job I did many months ago. All right, let's watch.
I think I got my bugs worked out of the optimize 1.03 routine. Right now it's not actually optimizing, it's doing a test only on the top character set and that portion of the video matrix. If it works, then I can expand it to include the bottom and possibly do the, rewriting the optimized stuff back to the BBT. But right now I've got some pretty bad code in place and that's possibly part of the reason why it's so bloody slow. In fact, just looking at my notes, I don't need a bubble sort at all. But for now, it's in place. Because it sorts it by occurrences, number of occurrences in the video matrix. So it deals with the most promising character first, making sure it gets what it deserves before it loses out and that character gets, set to something else. But for now, let's make sure it works, and then I can get creative and start making it faster. As it is, look how long it takes to do one frame, and oh man, this is painful. It's going to take pretty much the rest of the night, but that's okay. I got my usual Fall Guys to play, and now I have a Commander X16 that just arrived, and take a look. It's under the box because my place is really dusty, but yeah. So I have a case set aside for it. I just bought a few weeks ago because the official case that I bought over a month ago still has not arrived. But yeah, I've got plenty of things to do in the meantime. But I certainly hope that, like a new baby, I don't ignore, this old girl, because, this is where my heart is. Commander X16, it's a toy. I bought it as a toy. I got money. I'm an adult male. I got money to burn. Well, sort of. I don't make a lot, but I bought myself a treat, and I'm going to enjoy it. It's funny because it was the same price as a PlayStation 5, and I'm going to get more out of it than I would the PS5. All right, it has been almost a day, and it's still running through the trial run. I mean, I could stop at any time, but I'm choosing not to. I'm getting some pretty good data here. Now, I'll hold the button to show you the results so far. First column is obviously the frame number. Then the next column is the number of characters in the top character set that are now the same, thanks to the shuffling that this routine does. And then the amount of characters that are the same in the bottom character set, which is not shuffled yet. Look how bad they are. And then through the course of the entire video matrix, the amount of duplicated, the amount of cells in the video matrix that are in the same spot 6 frames ago, thanks to the shuffling. Now, when I do this for real, with the top and the bottom both being optimized, that will increase even more. So yeah, things are looking up. And with this extra speed, I'm pretty sure the Watchdog will be far ahead of the Interrupt. I'm not sure what the load is about, but I probably pressed the wrong button. But the totals here for the whole video, well, as you can see, the algorithm deals with the top part, and the bottom part is yet untouched. So it is effective, and this is the video matrix total. And that, if once I get this thing massaged further and have it deal with the bottom as well, this number is going to increase. This number is going to get closer to that one. The average savings per frame is going to get higher than 1866. At the moment, each frame is 2 character sets, so that's 2048 times 2, so 4096 plus 1,000 characters for the video matrix. So 5096 bytes per frame. But at the moment, this many is duplicated because of the shuffling and stuff, or just that happened to be coincidentally in the right spot. That's almost 2,000. So what is that? Say, well, 4,000 or 5,000 becomes almost 3,000. Significantly less work for the rollout to do, which means the frames will load faster, which means the watchdog will be able to keep ahead of the interrupt. This is going to work out well. And, well, I already got a picture of this, but let me just run it again, just to show you. Now, you've already seen this do its thing, but the thing is, at the moment, it's doing the logic, and then you'll see it change, and then there, and it changes, but then it puts back the picture that you see, but it's actually changing the character set, and then it changes the video matrix, modifies it. But as you can tell, it's modifying it so the shuffled version creates the exact same image that you see now. Only the characters are in different spots, and the video matrix characters are in different spots, but it's the same picture. Brilliant, eh? And that's where the savings is going to come from. So now that I got it working, I'm going to make this much faster and also get it to work on the bottom, at which point I can run another test because it's fun. And once I'm satisfied with that, just remove, remove the caution that stops it from resaving this to the BBT. In fact, I don't even know if that's written right now, but it's easy to add. Once, modify each frame and then put them back. And then I have to do the rollout again, but oh man, I have to reconstruct the rollout to look for comparisons, things that don't need to get duplicated. Oh, looky here. What do you suppose this is about? What does this have to do with my project? Nothing. But true to form, I am, tinkering around, doing comparisons and stuff. What am I comparing? Well, take a look. That's my Commander X16. Yes. Well, I've already done a quick, simple test. It's about 7 times faster. Why not 8? I imagine because it's got a buttload of stuff it needs to scroll. Look at all those texts. Wow. Kind of cool. Oh, yeah, and there's the case it's in. It's not very pretty. Whatever. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Back to our regularly scheduled stupidity. After several days, I'm finally got the top and bottom optimizer done. And if I hold the button here, as you can see, whoa, look at the juicy similarities between, one frame and the last. The first column, well, this frame number. The next two are the character set, number of bytes that are same, and thanks to the shuffling that the optimization program does. And the third is the amount of bytes that are the same in the video matrix now because of the shuffling. And as you can see, well, this image is pretty much very similar to the one before it, but it's not frame after frame sequentially. It's comparing 6 frames previous because it's on a buffer by buffer basis. But still, look at beauties. I'm just running a test with the Super CPU on. It's not saving them. It's just running it because, I'm busy playing Fall Guys and stuff. But I want to see what kind of data I got. Man, this is great stuff. I am very, very happy with these numbers. That's crazy. Half of the character set and almost half of the video matrix are redundant now. Information that won't need to get duplicated on the rollout. Saving, disk space, so to speak, but mostly saving time. So it will be able to keep up at this rather speedy frame rate. At least during the boring parts. When things are very active, I got a feeling the savings will go down significantly, and that's the real test, is where the most stressful parts are. We'll see if I can get by. I've got, well, yeah, I've only got 2 days off, but it's going to take 2 days just to do this if I save it to, to the BBT. So yeah, this is not going to be something I can finish the next little while. And even then, I still have to make a pile of videos because, you're watching this and this wasn't free. So yeah, whatever. It's April. I bet you I can get this finished this month. Whether or not the videos will be done is another story, but the program, yeah, the next 3 weeks, it should be done. This scene in particular, there's very little movement, and check out the savings we got here. Ooh, that is a lot. Well, naturally, it didn't need to be fully uncompressed, right? But wow. Okay, back we go. Damn it, it switched the moment I stopped recording. You see that this section here where there's very little compares? Interestingly enough, it follows for exactly 6 frames because of 6 buffers. That's when the scene changed from what you saw to this, where he's shaking his head, right? Neat. Which proves that, this algorithm works. Great. Haha. Well, Optimize 1.06 did its test run with the SuperCPU on, and interestingly enough, there were no corrupted frames because this number would have been different. It was exactly the same as I got back on March 29th, only the difference now is it's also doing the clever shuffling for the bottom character set, and so the amount of overall bytes in the video matrices have increased as well. So the average went from 1800 per frame to 2600 and something, which is great. It's a significant savings. It's, of course, some frames really take advantage of that, and other frames not so much. So there is chances where it might stall. We will see, because I'm still working on the color improvements. I got to really choose something and stick with it, because I'm kind of running in circles here. This project is taking way longer than I expected it to. But, well, I guess the next step now is add in the code that resaves this to the BBT, deactivate this sucker, and get it going, because that's going to take 2 full days, give or take, to do. Yeah. So what's going on here? Well, I'm running it through the optimization program again. However, the optimizing itself, I've commented out. This, because the optimizer finished last night, so I'm double checking the work. And if I hold the button down, you'll see that these are now just the similarities between each character set and the video matrix without any shuffling. This is what is now in place. This is what exists based on what it did completed last night. However, as you can see from these photographs here, the top character set did not give me the value, or neither did the bottom, that I was expecting to get on my trial run. But as you can see, the picture, well, I guess I can't really pause the picture. The picture works great. So, yeah, it's only April, I guess, 12th now, but I am so going to get this done this month for sure. Famous last words. But honestly, I think I can get it done in a week. Yeah, cool. This thing has been running for 2 days, I believe. It'll be done while I'm at work today. So yeah, I gotta go. But if I hold the button down here, I gotta wait till we see the little flicker on the bottom. What I'm doing is I'm taking the optimized version where everything's been put into place, and I'm sending it through the optimizer again, because I want to see, out of curiosity, why those numbers didn't match, right? And I got a feeling it's because you took a frame. Before, I was taking a frame, optimizing it from 6 frames ago, keeping track of the difference, and then moving on. But I wasn't recording it. Like, because by the time you do record it, that becomes 6 frames later, at which point it's now checking versus the modified version instead of what was normally in the BBT. That might explain why my values did not match up when I did the test run. Kind of like, when you have ties, which one wins? It's just a different set of branches and all sorts of fun. So by doing this, I'm forcing it to reevaluate, re-optimize based on what is pretty much ideal out of the gate. So I imagine I'm going to get a different value than I already have. It might be better just by chance. It very likely will be different, but it'll be around the same ballpark. So that's my curiosity. That's my thought. And I spent 2 days to find out, and I will find out tonight. Well, at long last, the optimized version got re-optimized, and the result is actually slightly worse this time. But it's as I think it is. It's up to ties and what ifs and basically re-rolling the dice that are pretty much perfect already. So yeah, I'm not going to use this, but now that I have the answer, I'm just going to ignore it.
Well, that looks like it's a success, doesn't it? However, at this point, the video frames have only been shuffled around. I have not come up with the code that does the more intelligent rollout, ignoring the things that it doesn't need to write. Well, I'm sure that's totally what's going to happen in the next episode, right? And while I'm at it, I think I got another trick up my sleeve to save even more bytes. You'll see. Anyway, until then, I'm Loop Dark Snout.